Hi, my name is Yudhajeet Basak and I am a postdoctoral researcher here at Goethe University Frankfurt. I've been here for a year and I'm doing my research over here on T cell receptors and peptide loading complexes of membrane proteins. And I've been in Germany for around 7 years at this point. I started off my life here in Berlin, where I did my PhD for 5.5 years. And it's been slightly over around a year and a half for me in Frankfurt. So, as a postdoctoral researcher over here in Frankfurt, I am a structural biologist and a biochemist by training. I started my journey as a structural biologist in Calcutta, where I worked at the Center for Nuclear Physics over there. And I worked with a technique called crystallography, which deals with seeing and looking into the atomic structures of molecules of life. And I developed my training further with that in Berlin, where I did my PhD in crystallography as well. But then as time changes and as humans evolve and things become even more advanced, people have to evolve as well. And that is where I decided to broaden my skill set as a structural biologist and go into cryo-electron microscopy. And over there in Berlin, I was looking into the molecules of ancient organisms which can convert carbon dioxide into more useful, simpler compounds. So basically a way of helping global warming. I am now applying the same techniques and the same methods to look into the molecules of life, how our immune system works, and the basic cornerstones of our adaptive immune system over here. Here I work at the University of Frankfurt, at Goethe University here, and I work in the lab of Professor Robert Tampe, and he's the director of the Institute of Biochemistry over here. And that's one of the few things that also pulled me over here to Frankfurt. I wanted to work in an area which had the infrastructure that could support my scientific ambitions, with a professor who has realized his scientific ambitions as well. And you will see me also working over here from Monday to Friday most of the time. Sometimes on Saturdays if I have some work that I have to take care of. But other than that, you'll find me along the rivers of mine, reading a book, enjoying the new aspects of southern Germany. As someone who had spent his formative years as an adult actually in Berlin, I have started getting a higher appreciation for the city, for the state as well. As someone who grew up in Calcutta, Calcutta is a city of 15 to 20 million people. So I've been brought up as a city boy. And coming from Berlin, I was slightly hesitant coming to Frankfurt, because Frankfurt, I think, might be very ironically the smallest city I've lived in. But it ticked off all my boxes and it exceeded all expectations. It's an international city that I love and I fell in love with. It's calm and it has everything I ever wanted. And it genuinely does feel like home. It took some time to adjust to the city for a year, but now I wouldn't see myself living outside of this area, if not Frankfurt, around Frankfurt. What attracted me to Goethe University was many things. I remember when I came here for my interview at Robert's lab, that the infrastructure here was, in one short word, amazing. This campus has everything that can offer someone who's researching biochemistry and biology. We have the Max Plancks over here working in collaboration with the Goethe University, the FIAS, and many well-established professors over here. And I remember when I was speaking to Robert, I was simply impressed by the caliber of the students that I spoke to and the research that was being done here. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to come. The next step I wanted after my PhD, I wanted a place that could help me attain the ambitions that I wanted. The Goethe University over here has a lot of programs and ways to uplift their researchers, not just the students. Even as a postdoc over here, I am exposed to a lot of things I was not exposed to before. And I believe that in the past 1 year, that has helped me become a much better researcher than I was 1 year ago. Even if it was just 1 year, that minute amount of time that I had in Frankfurt has had an effect on me, and I am glad that I came here in the end.